They choose their ego over their soul. At first, you probably didn't see it that way. You thought they were just having a bad day. You thought maybe they were stressed. Maybe they had been hurt before. Maybe they just needed more patience, more understanding, more grace. So you kept giving it until one day you realized something. No amount of love was changing someone who wasn't interested in becoming better. Because there is a difference between someone who is struggling and someone who keeps choosing the version of themselves that hurt other people. Their ego always had to win. They had to be right. They had to have the last word. They had to protect their image. They had to control the narrative, even if it meant sacrificing the relationship, even if it meant sacrificing you. And that is exactly what happens when ego becomes more important than truth. You see, when someone is led by their soul, they can admit when they're wrong. They can apologize. They can grow. They can sit with the uncomfortable truths because becoming better matters more than appearing perfect. But when someone is led by their ego, appearing right matters more than becoming right. When appearing right becomes more important than becoming right, ego has taken the driver's seat. Think about how many conversations never had to become arguments. How many disagreements never had to become wars? How many relationships never had to end if someone had simply been willing to say, I was wrong, I hurt you, I'm sorry. Those words are incredibly difficult for a fragile ego because a fragile ego hears accountability as humiliation. It hears correction as rejection. It hears responsibility as defeat. So instead of reflecting, it deflects. Instead of listening, it interrupts. Instead of apologizing, it accuses. Instead of changing, it blames. And if you've ever loved someone like that, you know how exhausting it is. Every conversation becomes about protecting their pride instead of protecting the relationship. You leave feeling unheard, misunderstood, drained. And it's not because you were asking for perfection, but because you were asking for honesty. And there's a piece of wisdom I want you to remember. Your ego asks, how do I protect myself? But your soul, it asks, how do I become better? Really understand this. Your ego protects an image. Your soul transforms your character. That is why some people stay stuck for years. It's not because they lack intelligence. It's not because they lack the opportunities, but because every lesson requires humility. And humility is something the ego refuses to practice. The soul is teachable, but the ego already knows everything. The soul says, what can I learn? But the ego, it says, whose fault is this? You see, the soul will say, let me grow. The ego says, let me defend myself. Can you imagine how different your relationships would have been if every conflict had been approached with a desire to understand instead of a desire to win? You see, most people don't leave relationships because of one mistake. They leave because the same mistake keeps happening and nobody is willing to own it. Eventually, you realized you weren't fighting for the relationship anymore. You were fighting someone else's ego. And the difficult thing about fighting someone else's ego is that there is no finish line because the goalpost keeps moving. One day is your tone. The next day is your timing. The next day is something you said 6 months ago. Then it's something you didn't say. Then somehow you're apologizing for being hurt. That's when you have to ask yourself a hard question. Am I trying to build a relationship or am I trying to convince someone to care? Those are not the same thing. So stop asking, how do I make them understand? And start asking, why am I working harder for this relationship than the person who says they want it? That question changes everything because love without humility eventually becomes control. Love without accountability eventually becomes manipulation. Love without growth eventually becomes repetition. And the healthiest people I've ever met weren't the people who never made mistakes. They were the people who were willing to learn from them. That's the difference. Perfection has never been the goal. Growth is. And growth requires something that the ego hates: humility. You see, they chose their ego over their soul. And here's what I want you to understand. That choice didn't just hurt you, it hurt them too. The difference is you felt the pain immediately. They may not feel it until years later. Because every time someone chooses their ego over their soul, they become a little less honest with themselves, a little less teachable, a little less capable of genuine connection. Eventually, they stop having relationships and start having transactions. Every conversation becomes about leverage. Every apology becomes a strategy. Every act of kindness has a hidden expectation attached to it. And it's not because they were born that way, but because feeding the ego eventually starves the soul. And every time you feed your ego at the expense of your soul, you become harder to love because you become harder to know. Think about that. The soul wants authenticity. The ego wants admiration. The soul wants peace. The ego wants victory. The soul wants truth. The ego wants control. One creates connection while the other creates distance. And maybe that's why you've always felt lonely, even when you weren't alone, because you can't build intimacy with someone who is constantly protecting an image. Images don't hug you back. Images don't tell the truth. Images don't take responsibility. Only people do. And here's something I had to learn myself. You cannot compete with someone's ego because their ego changes the rules every time it starts losing. You cannot heal a relationship with someone whose ego is committed to winning instead of understanding. Eventually, I believe every one of us reaches a crossroads, not where we decide whether we're right or wrong, but where we decide what kind of person we're becoming. Every difficult conversation asks us the same question. Will I protect my pride or my character? Will I defend my image or develop my integrity? Because those are rarely the same decision. There's an old saying that I love. The first person you have to tell the truth to is yourself. Everything begins there, not with exposing someone else, not with fixing someone else, not with waiting for someone else to change, with the courage to look in the mirror without making excuses. And here's why this matters to you. If you spent years around someone who always chose their ego, be careful not to let their pattern become yours. Don't let their inability to apologize make you afraid to apologize. Don't let their dishonesty make you dishonest. Don't let their pride teach you pride. Don't let their lack of accountability become your excuse to avoid your own growth, because then they will still be shaping your life. Even after they're gone, your freedom isn't becoming their opposite. Your freedom is becoming your highest self. That's why I always say we're creating a future that's greater than our past. And it's not because the past didn't matter, but because the past doesn't get to make our future decisions. That's where your power is. Not in proving them wrong, not in watching them fail, not in waiting for karma. Your power is becoming someone who no longer needs unhealthy people to recognize your own worth before you recognize yourself. That's real freedom. That's real healing. And that's exactly why I wrote Phoenix from Stability to Power. Because once you've survived difficult people, the next challenge is rebuilding yourself, learning to trust your own judgment again, learning that boundaries aren't punishment, they're wisdom, learning that peace isn't found by changing everyone around you. It's found by changing what you continue to allow access to. So if you're listening to this today, don't ask yourself, why did they choose their ego? No. Ask yourself something far more important. What am I choosing today? Am I choosing resentment or peace? Am I choosing fear or growth? Am I choosing the version of me that keeps replaying the past, or the version that's finally ready to build something better? Because every single day you have that choice. They chose their ego over their soul. You don't have to make the same decision. You can choose truth. You can choose growth. You can choose peace. And years from now, that choice will become the life that you live. Peace, blessings, love, and power.